Hey guys, this is a quick video on list comprehension. List comprehension is a very nice way to create lists in a natural way, in a way similar to how mathematicians define and construct lists. Let's have a quick example here. Let's assume that I'm creating a new list, ls equals list, and then I'd like to populate this list. So what I'm doing here is I'm just looping into the range between 0 and 10, and then I'm appending those values 0, 1, 2, 3, just multiplying by 3 and then append them to my list. If I look at the results, if I look at what list now looks like, then it's 0, 3, 6, 9. So I'm just multiply 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on and so forth by 3, right? Notice the range, it goes from 0 to n minus 1, so 10 is not included. So instead of doing this for loop and then doing this list.append and things like that, what I can do is I can have this list comprehension. So it's an easy way to construct lists like mathematicians do. And usually a mathematician would define a list like this by saying, for example, my list equals x times 3, where x is in the range between 0 and 9. Okay, so what I can do is I can do that inside the square brackets that construct a list in Python, and I can say x times 3 for x in range 10. So this is a one-liner. This one line of code is equivalent to this, and then I can save that into a list. Okay, so if I run that and then show you my list, then I get the exact same result. So list comprehension is a really nice and powerful way of dealing with lists. And of course, because it's a one-liner, it might look like I can do only one for loop. No, we can have nested for loops. So if you can see here, I have inside the square brackets, I have for I in range 5 to 10, and then for j in range I to 30. I return the tuple I and j inside the square brackets. So what this does is it loops through the I values 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then inside that it loops to the j. So the j is changing inside the I. So I is 5, and then j goes from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, all the way to 29, and then we exit the internal for loop, go back to I becomes 6, and then j now becomes 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on and so forth, all the way up to 30, and 30 is not included. This is a nested, basically, for loop, 2 for loops, and then we return I and j. If we look at that, then we can notice that I now is 5, and then j is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way up to 29, and then we exit the internal for loop, and then the I becomes 6, and then j 6, 7, 8, and so on and so forth. So that's a nested for loop, which is quite nice and powerful. And then another example we have here is when we deal with, for example, strings. So we can create, we have this string here. When we split it, the split method returns a list of words. So my words list looks like, words list looks like this. It's a list of words, and then what I'm doing here is using list comprehension. So I'm looping through the elements of this list of words, and I'm just transforming them into uppercase. If I run that, I get a list of the same words inside this word list, but in uppercase. List comprehension, quite nice and easy to learn, and yet really, really powerful. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video.